Welcome, this is a 10.1 video. So we are going to be dealing with area in this video. So definitely things that you have definitely gone over in 7th and 8th grade. And so, but we're going to start adding in some like trig functions, some Pythagorean theorem, and some different stuff that we've learned about here as well as with. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write down these formulas. Some of these you should know these already, so just make sure you write it down. We have the area of a rectangle is going to be base times height, and it's the same thing for the area of a parallelogram. You just got to make sure that when we are doing a parallelogram that you can see that the two sides right here are slanted. So we got to make sure that we use that vertical line right there as my height. And again, both of these formulas are going to be base times height. And then the last one that we're going to write, and we hopefully should remember this one, is that the area of a triangle is going to be 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. Okay? So let's do a few problems now. Alright, so our first problem, we have the area of a parallelogram. So remember, our formula for a parallelogram is area equals base times height. And so if I'm looking at this right here, my base right here is going to be 5. So I have area equals 5. And remember, for a parallelogram, it is not this slanted. It is that vertical, the height of the whole thing. So it would be 5 times 4. So my area is going to equal 20. And then I have inches squared. So we say that is 20 squared inches. Okay? Alright. That's nice and easy. Let's go to another one. Alright, so our next problem, I just want to highlight something that I didn't really talk about too clearly though, but I said though that when we were finding area, it is base times height, but you see how we were taking the base and the height created by that right angle? Same here, right here, we have the base and the height right there with the right angle. And it's the same thing when we're talking about the triangle. You see we have the base and the height, and again we have that right angle that we have right here. That's going to be important for our next problem that we have right here. And we are trying to find out what is DE. So in this example right here, we're not given the height. So we are thinking, well, we're given some right angles, and we're just gonna have to try and solve this a different way that we have. So we think, like, can we use Pythagorean theorem? That would be a really good option, but we don't know the length of AE. If we did know that, then we could use it. SOHCAHTOA, we can't really use that either though, but if we are looking at this though, we can still find the area of this parallelogram right here by using, again, why we just covered that right angle. So I can find the area of parallelogram ABCD by using 13 as my height and using 9 right there as my base, because again they come together at a 90-degree angle that I have right there. So my area for this is area is going to equal base times height, and in this case I'm going to take 13 and 9 because again they form that right angle right there. So 9 is going to be my base and 13 is my height. So I'm going to take 13 times 9, and so my area for this is going to equal 13 times 9. It's going to equal 117 squared inches. Okay, so we have that, but that's not what the question was asking us. It wanted us to know what is DE in this case. So if we know now that the area of this shaded thing, all of this right here is going to be 117. Well, we know that the area for this is going to be base times height. And we just know that we found out that the area of this right here by using 2 of the other numbers that we have right here is going to equal 117. So in this case though, instead of using 13 and 9, we're saying the whole area for this shaded area is 117. And we're going to use this base of AB right there, which is going to be 9.4. And we are trying to figure out what that height is, which we're trying to figure out that DE that we have right here. Okay, so to get the height all by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 9.4. And so we're going to say DE, or my height in this case, is going to equal 117 divided by 9.4. And that's going to give us, round to the nearest 10th, 12.4. And we are just labeling this inches, because we're not finding the area of here. This is just a length right here. So that would be my answer that I have right there. Okay, so, alright, let's go to another one. Alright, and then my last problem that I have right here is we're trying to find the area of the figure on the right. So if we see we have a square, because all sides are the same, and it's a 90-degree angle, and we have this triangle on top. So let's separate this out into two. I have my square right here, and remember all my sides are the same here. So I have 6 and 6. So when I'm trying to find the area of this, I know my area is going to equal 6 times 6 on the square. So my area is going to equal 36 inches, squared inches. Okay. So again, if we know all the lengths are the same right there, I also have a triangle, and I have my height. That's really poorly drawn. My height right there is going to be 8. And we know the base is 6, and so for a triangle we got to remember that formula, which is base times height divided by 2, and you can do 1/2 there. I like just taking half of the whole thing, it's the same thing. So this is going to give me area is going to equal 8 times 6 divided by 2, which area is going to equal 48 divided by 2, so area is going to equal 24. Okay, so I have, here is the square, here's the square over here, and here's the triangle. If I want to know them all put together, what am I going to do? I'm going to add, so I'm going to take 36, and I'm going to add it with 24, and this is going to give me 60. So I get 60 squared inches as my total right there. So, pretty easy unit section. Hopefully that was a pretty fast video, and we will do some practice soon.